Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to another video in ARK Survival Ascended. Today I'm showing you around on my community servers. We're back on Extinction, and me and my tribe mates are working on a brand new cyberpunk themed base with lots of glowing signs, bright lights, flashing lights as well, so you know, be aware of that. And yeah, bunch of cool different build styles, actually combining a bunch of different cosmetics, the neon structures, the ultimate sign cosmetic, seamless skin is in there, the bunker structures are there, golden dynasty is there, and probably a few more. There is lots of things going on, and rather than only showing you once we finish the base, I'm going to try and make a few videos as we work and progress in this build, and hopefully inspire you to do some maybe cyberpunk themed builds for your own. It's of course perfect in the sanctuary on Extinction, and yeah, we're kind of hanging out here in the last days before Lost Colony arrives, hopefully. So yeah, let's take a look around, and as always, if you enjoy seeing these types of videos and you want to see more, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. And whilst I probably won't be able to do a tutorial for this build because it's very location specific, also just a bunch of random little shapes thrown together, if you really like the cyberpunk style, let me know down in the comments below, and maybe I'll make like a general cyberpunk tips and tricks video of elements you could use in your own build projects. So here we are on Extinction, and first of all, the location is roughly over here. Well, this is the actual base location, below the big tower with all the different shelves on it. And this is kind of like a side street entrance into our base. You can see a bunch of layers build up between the existing structures. A very welcoming sign here to enter. And yeah, just a bunch of different styles combined. You can see a little bit of Golden Dynasty up there. You can see the seamless skin, astral cosmetic actually also being used. The ultimate sign pack, the neon structures, bunker cosmetics. As I said, there's a lot of things going on here all at once. So this is kind of like a side alley in the city, and we have like a little parking spot for your tames here. You could, you know, park them here whilst you go into town. This is actually a feeding trough, this lovely bonsai tree. And then we have like a small little building attached to the bunker structure here. We have another one of those roofs right up here, but then a bunch of other things are going on here. We have this like very modern and clean looking build, and also my theories are currently busy, so let's not focus on them too much. But yeah, we have a nice parking spot here where my shiny Rhino is currently parked. If you're wondering how to get this is from the shiny mod. And then we have a bunch of cool flashing signs. We have more of these bunker structures, of course, some fans spinning around, little rooftop garden up here. Then we have a bigger Golden Dynasty building here, which is kind of a flyer entrance into our main base, into the main crafting hall, which is currently still quite a mess, but we're working on fixing that, because basically we had a wasteland base here, kind of like a space hangar, like run down and everything, and we're rebuilding the crafting hall into cyberpunk before we start building all the other projects. And then up here, this is a little greenhouse if we want to grow some plants, a little rooftop garden up here too. It's actually quite nicely on this kind of street layer, so maybe it's even possible, I don't know how much port there is, to connect up to this street level, you know, kind of connect the bases up that way. But yeah, this is the little street entrance. This side is what I've been working on first, so this is all of my different little builds kind of blocked on top of each other's, and not all of this is actually practical builds. Like if we go into this, you'll see it's just basically empty because there's a lot of the main structure here, so there's actually not that much space, but there's a little bit of water, a little bit of leftover storage from what was here before, and then the tech generator here powering the base. So we can use the space if we wanted to, but it's not very big. Then there's also actually some custom signs, so custom images uploaded to signs with scribbles made by Mr. Wildtime. So we have a few of these cool graffitis that he's made to add some more details to the city. And then also, yeah, again, the ultimate sign collection for a bunch of these neon signs, which are really cool. We also have the neon structures for some of these cool glowy doors. And again, there's not much going on here on the inside. There's more water here because somehow you're always thirsty on Extinction. But yeah, we could utilize these spaces inside here, of course. But right now, at least, we're just getting started. There's nothing there yet, and probably I will be adding more details to the street as we progress. This is a new bit of graffiti that I just saw. I really like this one. Look at me. All hail the shark. Look at that. That is pretty damn cool. And then that up there is our crafting hall, and the chicken has been working on some really cool elevators here. Look at that. That is looking very nice indeed. Lots of flashy lights. So yeah, this is where we are located, by the way. You might recognize this from Extinction. So we're located like in this downstairs area. Oh my god, I see a bunch of cool statues glowing up there as well. So yeah, lots of neon lights are expected here, of course. But yeah, these are actually using the ASR tech elevator. So instead of having a very boring slow elevator, we can just jump to go up, and then we're up here, and we can then crouch to go back down if we wanted to. But yeah, look at that. I think the chicken's currently working on the new edition. He's been working on these walkways, and he's making some really cool statues here in this this bridge area. That's looking very cool. We also have a really cool glowy sign there. Again, ultimate sign collection. And then this is the crafting hall, as you might be able to tell. And it actually has a really cool build out thing here from the glass with the globe behind it. The globe is actually our tech replicator. And then I will show you the mess inside of the crafting hall. So hopefully one day we will improve, because this was the old crafting hall, which is now by kind of being improved. Well, material wise, we upgraded everything to metal. The structures around it, the walls, have been upgraded to cyberpunk, but you can see it's still a little bit messy in here, so we definitely need to clean that up. So basically this is the first layer, and then the staircase back here leads us out to that little rooftop garden that I added. And then we have my rhino down there, etc, etc. We actually have a few different layers here, so you can go down here. This is our current logout spot. Well, some people don't seem to pay too much attention to that. But also, yeah, look at this lovely sign here. We have a cool shark sign. Can't wait to use that in my build somewhere. But then also down here, we have a little bit of space. First, this is like the temporary breeding, but I'm already working on a new breeding location. So I added a tech cellar door or hangar door here so that we can fly in and out. So you can, if you're gathering anything and you're carrying something, you can fly in and drop it off here. And then I just need to add maybe a crane or something here so we can actually unload it into our storage system quite easily that way. But yeah, that is basically the bottom layer of it all. But as you can see, clearly still very messy in here. And then we have another elevator to get up to the next layer. Currently still very open plan. This is a new floor that we added, and currently the most important thing is the tech wrap here. And then we have the mega lab over here in the corner, and then of course another flyer entrance, so you could fly in and out here to drop off things if you wanted to. But yeah, you definitely need to do some cleaning up in the crafting hall for sure. But yeah, this is coming together very nicely here already. Love these little garden bits. We just started yesterday when I'm recording this, so this is like a little over a day of progress working on this base. So we kind of went all in and all crazy because we've yeah, apparently we all really wanted to do this, and I don't know why we didn't yet. But yeah, here we are, back on Extinction, just before Lost Colony is supposed to arrive. And then down here, Mr. Wildtams has been working on a little street here. So he's got a cool custom signs around here, a few of them actually. So really cool little character building with those. And then we have a little noodle bar right over here, so we can eat some delicious noodles. And then we have a disco over here. Actually, I added this karaoke sign. I don't know if he likes that, but you know, I remember that was in there, and it kind of fits this build, I think. But yeah, this is Gloro. I don't know why the alien's here, but he's looking cool. He's definitely looking cyberpunky. Yeah, there we go. We have... Oh, did he build like a rubbish bin? Yeah, he did. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the graffiti is definitely bringing a lot of character to the place. There's a lot of these ASR pipes as well, which is definitely a cool addition. And just all, of course, the flashy signs and stuff really add that cyberpunk feel to it. So yeah, as I said, we're really just getting things started at the moment, but it is already coming together quite nicely. And then besides the little alleyway at the back there, I've also started working on my own little street over here. So eventually I plan on having a little house for myself in here, but right now I'm working on the breeding facility, which is going to be down here. Got some of these cool creature signs on the window, hatchery signs at the entrance, and actually also getting a little bit of that rare sunlight here, which is quite nice. I've actually made these like garage doors that appear to be half open. I have blocked them out of safety reasons, so there's invisible glass there from ASR, so nothing gets in. And then we have another of these neon signs. We have a little bit of that golden dynasty here on the outside, just to add some character to the build, and then a little entrance into the city streets. And then this is probably going to be another building on the opposite side. But yeah, at least, the very least, it yeah, is going to provide us with a decent little space to do some breeding, hopefully, which it's always nice to have in any base. So I figured I'll make a little safe space for most creatures, and then the very big creatures can go somewhere in our back garden at the fountains, where we have plenty of space for like gigas and carcas and dreadnoughts, whatever, you know, the big stuff. But all the other stuff, I think, is going to have a pretty good time here in the little breeding hatchery factory that I'm working on. But as I said, it's very much a work in progress. The crafting hall is definitely the main thing that feels somewhat finished, except for the inside. The inside is definitely very far from finished, but I think no one really feels like tackling that and making that more structured and more useful. But this is already starting to look really, really awesome. And I also love my little street, just a little view over there on that side, just all the different little things that are going on, you know, the little stories and all the buildings colliding with each other. It feels much more than just like creating like a cityscape, like a cool setting for a game, basically, rather than an ARK base. But we're trying to, you know, weave in some areas that could also be functional and practical and stuff. But yeah, I think so far we're doing a pretty good job. I hope you like the project as well. Let me know down in the comments below, and if you've got any suggestions of things you definitely like to see us add to this base, let them know down in the comments below. And then for now, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, feel free to leave suggestions for future builds you'd like to see down in the comments below. And then for now, goodbye.